Here we go, top of the hour. You're watching CNN. I'm Brooke Baldwin. We begin with this breaking news here. Live pictures up on Los Angeles. Want to welcome our viewers here in the United States and around the world as we are continuing our coverage here. Live breaking coverage of a shooting on campus at UCLA. Let me just be entirely transparent. We don't know a lot. We're going to work through this together over the course of the next 2 hours. This is a massive campus, 43,000 students here. It is on lockdown as I speak. And we can confirm that there are 2 victims. We are told they are, quote, down. These victims are down near the engineering building. We are still trying to confirm what exactly down means, if that means that these 2 are injured or possibly worse. We're waiting on updates on their conditions. At this stage, we have no information on the shooter or possibly shooters there in Los Angeles. If they have left the campus, they could possibly be holed up there in campus, but you can see just the tremendous police presence here. We've been talking to a reporter on the ground with reports of police in tactical gear, SWAT teams combing different buildings floor by floor by floor as per protocol. Listen, we've gone through this sadly before, and we're going through it together again here on the campus of UCLA. We first heard about the shooting just about an hour ago, and the campus is still on lockdown. Again, let me underscore for you just how tremendous this campus is. I mentioned a second ago, just in terms of student population, we're talking some 43,000 students enrolled there. This is the last week of class for students in the spring semester. Exams begin next Monday, so just have a sense of them thinking things were winding up for them. The LAPD has now put the city on tactical alert, and CNN can now also confirm that FBI is on the scene. ATF is en route. Got a lot of voices we're going to bring in over the course of the next 2 hours. Hopefully less. Hopefully they will find this this shooter, if in fact that is what's happening. Kyung La, let me bring you in, CNN national correspondent based there in Los Angeles. As we're looking at some of these pictures here, what more do we know? I mean, obviously huge questions as to what down means. The 2 victims are down. Talk to me about what we do know.
We don't know what the condition of those 2 victims are. We did reach out to the nearest trauma center, which is the UCLA Medical Center. It is very close to these pictures that you're looking at. Is right next to the campus. The medical center is deferring all questions to the university. So at this point, we don't know what the status of those 2 victims are. What we can tell you is that UCLA is confirming that they do have 2 victims who have been shot on campus. The LAPD tweeted that it was in or near the engineering building. This all began, we first got the reports about 10 minutes to 10, just local time, so it's just about a little more than an hour that we've been watching this. The campus was immediately put on lockdown. The students were warned to shelter in place. This is being called an active shooter. You can see all the police activity. The officers who have arrived, they are driving vehicles from the campus police as well as LAPD. There has been a tremendous response. We've seen officers in tactical gear. They are carrying long guns. They're walking in and out of buildings. For some perspective, this engineering building is right in the center of campus. It is, it's a number of stories tall. It appears to have a lot of people it can hold. UCLA is known for its engineering school. A lot of students attend the university engineering school. 43,000 students are enrolled at UCLA. This is a school day. The FBI is on scene. The ATF is on the way. We have seen some gurneys being removed from ambulances, but we need to stress here that we have not seen any people on those gurneys. One was put back into an ambulance with no student on it, with no one on that gurney. So at this point, we just have to wait for a little more information. This is just more than an hour since we've been watching this. Everyone being very, very careful, from the police to the university, about what they release. Very much an active situation right now, Brooke.
Kyung La, you are so helpful. Let me ask you to stay close to me, and I want to bring in Kimberly. We're not going to use Kimberly's last name. Kimberly is a UCLA employee, and total transparency again, I'm not going to ask Kimberly any specifics to her location because who knows who could be watching as we're taking this live. So Kimberly, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
First of all, how are you?
I'm a little on edge, but everyone here is just trying to stay informed about what's going on and stay away from windows and be safe.
Tell me how you were first alerted to what's happening.
We were in the middle of a meeting, and the meeting was supposed to end at 10, so maybe around 9:45. Half of us started getting Bruin alerts on our cell phones about some kind of police activity near the engineering building, and then we got more Bruin alerts after that, talking about some guy with a shotgun being on campus. Was the first time that was referenced, and then the active shooter near the engineering building, and us being on a lockdown and not being able to leave, and instructed to stay away from windows.
And let me ask you specifically, so your language, some guy with a shotgun, was that from someone who thought they had seen who the shooter could have been, or was that actually language as you're getting these alerts on your cell phone?
That's
Actually, Kimberly,
now, come to us
let me
right now,
listen
guys.
to the police.
News conference right now.
As you can see, we have a lot of resources here on UCLA campus. We are responding to an incident that occurred around 10 o'clock this morning involving a shooting. There have been reports of victims. We don't have that confirmed yet. As soon as I have that confirmed, we'll provide more. So we know very little at this point. We are taking all the information in. We are sending our tactical teams, which consists of both UCLA, LAPD. The FBI is also here because they're in such close proximity that they responded to support. This is not an FBI investigation at this point. What we do know is that a shooting happened. If you are on campus right now, the message to everybody on campus is to shelter in place. Lock yourself in a safe place until the authorities are able to get to you or provide you a message that it's safe to come out. All the other reports that you're hearing from other sources, please wait until you hear it from an official source, either from LAPD, UCLA, the fire department, who is also on scene to help support us. But as we say, we have responded in an abundance of caution. There are a lot of resources here. The city of Los Angeles has been placed on a tactical alert citywide, which merely means it's a method for LAPD to reallocate resources where we need them to make sure that we can still handle the calls for service in all of the divisions. Does not mean that there's something going on in all parts of the city. As soon as we know more about what's going on here at UCLA, we'll be more than happy to provide that to you. Again, if you are not at UCLA, we ask you to stay away from the area. If you're on the roadways and you hear sirens, please pull to the right so our resources can get here.
Captain Nyman, there have been reports that there are 2 people who are dead. Can you confirm that or deny that?
Yeah, those reports have not been confirmed yet. As soon as I'm able to confirm any kinds of injuries or number of victims, I'll be happy to do that. But at this point, that information is not available.
What about the description of the suspect being, in black pants, a black hood?
Yeah, I have not heard that either. So obviously we want to make sure that the public is safe. As soon as I have information that is valid that we can provide to you in terms of the description of the person involved or persons involved, we'd be more than happy to do that. But at this point, we're still gathering all that information. Yeah. Our tactical teams are going in with SWAT, and we are going to do this very methodically to make sure that everybody is safe and nobody else is injured.
What building LAPD is confirming 2 people are dead.
The initial report was that this occurred somewhere near the engineering building. So I'm not familiar with the campus. I'll try to get a better location, but that was the initial report. And again, as this information comes in, a lot of times it is fast and furious and not always accurate. So I'm very cautious in providing specific details until I know those details are accurate.
Is the bomb squad here? Are there any concerns over explosives?
So bomb squad is here, and that is a common response with our SWAT team. In the event that we need to do any breaching of any doors, bomb squad is here to facilitate that in terms of any type of ordnance or explosive that we might have to use to breach doors, or if there's any ordnance. There has not been any reports of any bombs or devices at this point.
We heard multiple suspects. Are we focused on one suspect?
I don't have a description. Let me see if we can get one. I have not heard that reported yet, so as soon as I'm able to do that, I'll be more than happy to do that.
And again, you are not confirming the reports of 2 victims.
I have not had that confirmed to me yet, so I cannot confirm that.
Has there been anybody that has been transported from the scene? Any injuries?
Not to my knowledge, no.
What about the suspect or suspects? And you can say one or two?
Yeah, I don't know that either yet. So until we know more information, again, when these events unfold, they happen very quickly, and information comes in from a lot of different resources. So a lot of that information is not accurate at this point.
Can you really start with what we do know in terms of what happened, when this happened?
So what we do know is around 10 o'clock this morning, a report of a shooting occurred here on the UCLA campus. We have reports that there may be at least one or two victims. We don't have that confirmed. I don't know the status of the victims or how many actually we have. As soon as we have more information, I'll be glad to provide that.
Captain Nyman, the LAPD Media Relations is telling our assignment desk, I just got a text, that there are 2 confirmed fatalities.
Okay, well, I'm here, and I just talked to the command post, so I will have to talk to my office. That has not been confirmed to me. So as soon as I'm able to confirm that, I'll be more than happy to do that. Let me bring up... I'm sorry?
How was your report first received?
It came to us from UCLA. So UCLA has their own police department. It's a fine police department. They called us and asked for our resources to assist them, and that's why we're here. At this point, let me bring up the PIO for the fire department, who can talk a little bit about their resources.
It's Peter Sanders, SANDRS, Los Angeles City Fire Department.
Can you talk a little bit louder for us?
Sure. The LAFD responded approximately the same time, around 10 a.m. when LAPD received the call for a reported shooting. We immediately entered into unified command with UCLA PD, LAPD, and the FBI. We currently have 11 engine and truck companies on scene, as well as 17 rescue ambulances standing by. We also have other resources that are staged and prepared to respond if necessary. We do have our tactical EMS teams here. They're working in conjunction with LAPD and the FBI SWAT teams. Those are paramedics that are trained to enter closely with and work closely with the SWAT teams to render medical aid. They're on scene, and we have multiple command officers as well as other resources here on scene standing by to assist. Right now, we're standing by to assist with LAPD. We do, as Captain Nyman said, we do understand that there are victims shot. We don't have any other details at this point. Thank you.
And there you heard it. The police and fire department.
And that wraps up that quick briefing.
Okay, so there you go. Again, we don't know a lot. 1, 2 possibly victims. Are they injured? Could it possibly be worse? We just don't know. Live pictures here, reports of an active shooter on the campus there at UCLA. Let me bring Kimberly back in. We were talking to Kimberly a moment ago. Kimberly, forgive me for pulling away. Kimberly is a UCLA employee. She is sheltering in place on campus. We're not giving away Kimberly's location. But Kimberly, let me pick up with my question. You were talking about how different people on campus were alerted through your cell phone as far as what was happening, to shelter in place, stay away from windows. And you mentioned a report of someone with a shotgun. Who did you hear that from?
That was from a colleague who got the alert on their phone. I don't know if she was reading it from the phone or maybe she had just gotten off the phone too with someone else, probably on campus. So she said it.
Got it. That's the thing. We don't have any. You just heard, Captain Nyman say they don't have a description of the shooter or possibly shooters. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a lot of information on that. How many people are sheltered in place roughly where you are?
There's probably about 40 to 50 of us here.
And so you've known about this call came in apparently right around 10 till 10 this morning, your time. Talk about just how sprawling, how massive this campus is. And I know that the semester was winding down. I know final exams were Monday. How busy is campus this time of year?
This is actually dead week, so there aren't actually classes, I don't think. It's when students go in for review sessions, so they're not informal classes. And then commencement is next Friday, so it's really busy because of that. I'm sure there's a lot of people who might be in town, like families, because of that. And the campus itself is massive. I mean, like just stretching from where, the instructional buildings end all the way to UCPD and even beyond that to the medical center. And then we also own, the Wilshire Center, which is blocks down. So this campus is massive.
Huge, 43,000 students. Apparently where the shooting took place was the engineering building at the heart of campus. So there's that for people who aren't familiar with UCLA. Kimberly, stand by.